Hi everyone, want to talk to you for a little bit about an experience I had over the weekend that was a good reminder for me, and I thought it's a good reminder for everyone else. Now, when it comes to the self-defense world, the firearm world, things like that, tactical world, a lot of focus, a lot of times is put on the things that are really cool looking or the things that, really sell or things like that. And usually that is shooting, firearms and things like that is a huge thing, whether it's in the tactical world or just in the self-defense world. And a lot of times that is elevated and not a lot of other things are really looked at. And so obviously making sure that our priorities are set, and not only are we, elevating and focusing so much on just firearms, but we're looking at other things is important. That's why we go up and try to really look at not just firearms, but also medical and combatives, those empty hand skills and fitness, things like that. And what my experience was this weekend was a good reminder of making sure that just as much as firearms is important for self-defense, so is something like medical. So this weekend I went out looking for a little bit more ammo that I wanted to try to get, and seeing if there was any, decent prices for ammo, especially right now. And I was able to find some actually really good price and everything. And so I shared it with a couple friends, and one of them was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna make it, whatever. Can you give me a little bit of what you found? I'll trade you for medical supplies." And here he was, he had a bunch of medical supplies, but not as much ammo as he would like. And on the switch and the flip side, I had just got all this ammo, and I could easily, of course, use a little bit more medical. And so a lot of times, a lot of people could easily be in the situation of him where they're like, "Oh yeah, like recognize like I need more ammo," but a lot of people don't usually think, "Oh, I just bought all this ammo, like I need to also make sure I have medical supplies, or I also need to make sure, whatever." And it's an important thing that we're recognizing that it's not all just, "Oh, I need to make sure I have more bullets for my gun." No, it's also important that you have, one of these, or, say a chest seal, or, any of these other items in here when it comes to medical. Because if you have a ton of ammo and you only have, one tourniquet or one chest seal or none, then your priorities aren't straight. You're not where you need to be, because you shouldn't be already having a certain amount of ammo or whatever, and you're going out and buying more just to make sure that you have plenty of ammo, when you should also make sure that you have medical supplies. Just like when it comes to other things like training, you shouldn't be going after, so many of these firearms classes or shooting classes, getting into the double digits, from somehow maybe even in the triple digits, when you maybe haven't done any medical classes or different things like that. And so it's very important that we make sure our priorities are really fixed on what we need to be prioritizing. Yes, firearms are important, making sure you have ammunition is important, but just as much is making sure you have medical supplies, making sure that you have these items and you're trained on these items is very important. Because just because you might have a firearm and, ammunition for it, things like that, if you're, hurt in some way, bleeding out or whatever, that's not going to help you. You're not going to be able to shoot yourself out of that situation of blood loss or something like that. This is what's going to save you, or all these other items is what's going to save you, not the firearm, and not you having thousands of rounds of ammunition and only having one of these or none of these, or, none of these. Instead, make sure that you're investing in quality medical supplies as well. Make sure you have one of these, and maybe also a practice one as well, so you're not messing up your good one, or get more than just one of these. Making sure you have all these other items so that you're able to deal with all the different medical issues that might arise is a very important thing. So guys, with all of these things, it's really important that you're looking at them and you're prioritizing them, because just as much as the firearm is, just as much as the empty hand skills is, just as much as your fitness level is, your medical as well is going to help in bettering your reactive defense.